Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day is for you. My name is Justin, cool up in a whole host of names. Now, some of the videos I've done recently have been a little controversial. I've said some things that are just absolutely out there. So I want to talk about something that is kind of an interesting thought more than anything else. And that's the expectations for Keyblade Lore in Kingdom Hearts 4. Given that we're in a new environment, we may not see Keyblades behave exactly the same way. Kind of like when Sora seemed to struggle summoning the Kingdom Key. There are several holes in our knowledge about Keyblades. I want to go over a few things the Masters could help out explaining. First, the gazing eye. The gazing eye is Mom's literal or metaphysical eye to observe the future. However, is the eye just a bright blue eye in the Keyblade? His eye, in quotations, of course. This is important because we see the theme of this blue eye in several Keyblades, hilts, and chains. Also, I hope it would get worked out if all of these gazing eyes are thematic, like I was just saying, or if it's looks, or if it's literally him passing along. Is a Keyblade like basically replicating his eye so he can see more? That would be very interesting to know. And that gazing eye, I really do want to know if it's his literal eye or if it's a metaphysical eye, like a part of his soul. Something that also has been brought up is true Keyblades. Now, this can be an interesting thing that this is an interesting thing that pops up from time to time. I personally think these Keyblades are forged from your own heart. And there's scant knowledge on the forging of these true Keyblades or new Keyblades. But we do know Masters are supposed to be able to do it. We just don't know how. And it makes it very interesting to discuss it as we take a look into the future and we see what's going on in the universe. And I think this would be something to really discover if there really is if a person really does have a true Keyblade. Third, are the Keyblades just kind of like sitting out in the ether? Like, where are they stored? Now, this could just be a video on itself, but how many Keyblades exist without form waiting for someone to reach out to them? Although it may seem like you have to go through the bequeathment ceremony, we have seen people get Keyblades who were not bequeathed. So this is a very interesting subject, and I would love to know more about it in just general. Like, get a good sit down and figure out how they're formed. Where they rest when they're not sitting in your hand. Like, do they rest in your heart? Or do they rest in some hammer space pocket dimension? And I also have the Kingdom Key. Is it really just a super special Keyblade, and can Sora use any other Keyblade? We have seen Sora change its shapes with different keychains. However, could Sora use Braveheart, or would it just reappear in Riku's hand? What about one of the previously mentioned ethereal non-claimed Keyblades? More than likely, Kingdom Key is simply too iconic to be changed out. But what I think is interesting about it is Riku could probably let Sora continue to use his Keyblade, but the moment he wants it back, it'll probably return to him. The same thing goes for Kingdom Key D. As we saw at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, they shared Keyblades and they went back and forth, and you even see Sora using his Keyblade to double strike Xehanort in the back. Seeker of Darkness Xehanort. So the question becomes, is Sora actually only using the Kingdom Key? Or is the Kingdom Key just a special version of something? It's a subject, and I could go into it and I could ramble about that one for hours. But there's so many subjects around Keyblades that we know, but we have so little time to discuss it. Relatively, mind you. Keyblade Lore is probably one of those grand mysteries that will never properly be explained. And once again, since it seems like we'll be getting some interactions with Mom and the foretellers, I would hope these questions could get answered. Oh yeah, how did Xion have the Kingdom Key when it was already present at the battle? Just throwing that out there. Is a Kingdom Key special or is it not? Just throwing it back out there. With that said, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. May joy be to every last one of you.